up today here from our newest ship, 7 Seas Splendor. We'll be showing you the unrivaled space that we have on board, with the tasteful decor, the spacious suites, the world-class dining, and of course, visiting the world's most interesting and enriching destinations. All of the things that make a voyage with Regent 7 Seas cruises so very special. This is the place where every luxury is included, so please sit back and relax as we take you on a journey into our world here at Regent 7 Seas Cruises. We've always believed that lavish personal space is core to experiencing the ultimate in travel. The luxury of personal space is central to our promise of an unrivaled experience. It provides you with the extravagant freedom to explore and to relax to the fullest. Above all, one of the first things that you can't help but notice the moment you step on board is that overwhelming feeling of space. So you can always stroll the decks and find your own favourite spot free from any hustle or bustle. There are never any crowds, there's no queues, there's no tannoy announcements. This is civilised living for discerning travellers, and personal space has never been so important. This holds true wherever you are on the ship, from the array of fine dining restaurants to the luxurious lounges and piano bars. From the leisure facilities on each of the decks to the private corners where you can simply sit back and enjoy the view. There is so much room for you to truly relax and just be yourself. It translates to an easier and more relaxing experience. If you want that drink at the bar or an intimate table for two with a view of your favourite pianist, then you'll get it, without the worry or hassle of booking or queuing. Your time is important to us and it should be spent relaxing and enjoying your cruise. Later on, we'll be taking a much closer look at both the dining options and the suites. But rest assured that the feeling of space carries through to both the restaurants and your accommodation. You'll find at the heart of the onboard experience are our highly qualified and attentive staff and crew, who are there making sure they anticipate the needs and requirements of our guests, ensuring every detail is always taken care of and that every luxury is always included. And because we have industry-leading ratios of crew to guests, you'll find there's always someone ready and happy to help. This is a place where some firm and lasting friendships are made between guests, but also between guests and crew. So to summarise, from the moment that you step on board, you'll feel as though the ship is your home away from home. The friendly staff on board will get to know your name and your preferences, and you'll never have to rush anywhere. There'll always be a space in the restaurants, a great seat in the theatre, and a sun lounger by the pool. You'll have the freedom, choice, and time to do what you'd like to do when you'd like to do it. We've always believed that lavish personal space is core to experiencing the ultimate in luxury travel, and that when cruising the 7 Seas, your accommodation should be unrivaled in every way, providing you with the most enriching and luxurious journeys on the 7 Seas. So what exactly is it like on board? Well, let's find out. Well, let's start with the top deck, where you'll find our resort-style heated swimming pool. Past Regent guests will be familiar with the comfortable outside pool area to soak up the sun and relax in. 7 Seas Splendor, Explorer, and Grandeur to come have lavish decks, and there are subtle distinctions that set Regent apart, like the plush sun lounges, the fluffy towels, and of course, never waiting for a space. Where better to relax, you'll find double cabanas, jacuzzis, and plenty of sun lounges in either the sun or the shade. Plus, our attentive bar staff are always on hand with a menu of the day's cocktails and snacks. If you have regular walking or running program, the jogging track allows you to keep up with your routine. Whichever pace you set, magnificent views await. There are, of course, other sport activities as well. These include paddle tennis, a golf net, bocce court, and shuffleboard. There's even a putting green for the less serious golfer who prefers a game over a cocktail with friends. Whether you're in the mood for being active or relaxing, the sports deck is a hub of daytime activity. For health and happiness, Splendor features our renowned, globally inspired serene spa and wellness. This is a tranquil haven of beauty and relaxation that features an infinity pool at the very aft of the ship. Plus, there are restorative treatments and activities to soothe both the body and the mind. And of course, while we're here on board Splendor, and we will be talking about her sister ship Explorer, we also have 3 other glorious ships in the fleet: Seven Seas Navigator, Seven Seas Voyager, and Seven Seas Mariner, all of which deliver style and class throughout every region of the world. Now let's stroll through the ship's interior and really explore your home from home. Every Regent ship has its own unique character, yet each is a world of space, opulence, and supreme comfort. Don't be surprised to spot original masterpieces by Picasso or Chagall lining the walls, or to find hundreds of crystal chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. As you stroll the decks, the smell of freshly ground coffee beans will entice you to visit Coffee Connection, the centre of all of our ships, where the friendly barista remembers your name and your signature coffee of choice. And whilst the inside area offers plush seating, you can now take your coffee al fresco. Now lie back and close your eyes. What can you hear? The ocean waves, pure tranquility, no commotion, no tannoy announcements, just calm serenity. What a way to start another day on board. No matter which ship you choose, evening entertainment comes alive in our magnificent 2-tier Constellation theatres. Here, every seat is a great seat with pleasing eye lines, so you can enjoy the lavish staged, high-energy shows that are created and produced by our very own team of Broadway choreographers and directors. Tonight's production is Revolution, a thrilling show that takes you back to the 60s with all of the hits and nostalgia of this wonderful era. After the show, guests can choose one of our many lounges where their favourite bartenders serve up the day's signature cocktail. Take, for example, the Meridian Lounge. This sleek lounge is a showstopper with a sophisticated ambience, the perfect place for reminiscing about the day's highlights with friends as our professional musicians entertain you. You can dance the night away with the incomparable Regent Signature Orchestra, delivering crowd-pleasing themed dance parties. Or step up to the stage and steal the spotlight with a rendition of your favourite song. And if you're seeking something more sedate, you can simply wind down with a nightcap and the warm sounds of a grand piano in one of our other lounges. Voyages of discovery are about learning new and old ways of life. Inspiration comes from art, cuisine, fashion, and of course, the destination itself. Regent offers an extensive enrichment programme, from immersive shore excursions to the onboard lectures for a deeper appreciation of a place and its culture. These can vary from nature and wildlife to architecture and cuisine. The Culinary Arts Kitchen is like one of the world's most prestigious cooking schools, taking inspiration from the region of the world being visited. Up to 18 people can enjoy dynamic cooking lessons to amaze their friends and family back home. Well, Chef Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today. You are the mastermind behind this fantastic concept of the Culinary Arts Kitchen on board Explorer and Splendor. I believe also the Gourmet Explorer tours you had some involvement with as well. So can you just give us an understanding of the concept behind the kitchen and behind those Gourmet Explorer tours, please?
Well, mastermind, I don't know, but I think I'm the luckiest girl in the world. But they built us beautiful kitchens on Explorer and then on Splendor. And what we like about adult learning and traveling is that we can experience the world through food and wine and cooking. So that's what we do here. So there are 18 individual stations. The guests cook for about 2 hours. They make 3 or 4 dishes. Our classes are about technique. They're about ports we travel in the world. They're our most requested recipes. But the guests really immerse themselves in the experience of learning and cooking. The Gourmet Explorer tours are fascinating because the guests asked me at the very beginning, Chef, where are you going today? And I would be going to a market, or I'd be going someplace, a winery where they make olive oil. And the guests would say, oh, we'd like to go along with you. So out of that was born our gourmet explorators, where we have over 60 now. The guests come into the Culinary Center. They leave with us for 6 or 7 hours. They're curated, small, chef-led tours. So we're just delighted to be able to start offering those in April of 2022. So we'll go on a fishing vessel so that you can understand what a fisherman's life is like, and then we go back and take that fish and prepare it and have it for lunch. We go to wineries and learn how the grapes are grown, and then the farmers that are right next door will come and make lunch, and we'll be eating cheese that comes from the cow that lives there, but all over the world. I design every single one of them myself, and I ask myself the question, where would I want to be for 6 or 7 hours if I were in this particular port? So in many cases, they're off the beaten path. For me, the essence of them is people who love food and wine and travel often understand a culture better because they've immersed themselves in the culinary side of it. What do people eat for holidays? What's a family meal? What's traditional in this area? What grows in this area? What's seasonal? So for them to be able to actually experience that with the locals and with a chef, just a very memorable experience. A lot of our guests tell us it was the highlight of their cruise. So we're very, very happy to be able to offer them. Yeah.
The luxury of personal space is central to the promise of an unrivaled experience with us. It provides the extravagant freedom guests need to relax to the fullest. As the preeminent luxury cruise line on the ocean, we pride ourselves in offering some of the largest balconies and most spacious suites at sea, where the smaller details are as every bit as important as the elite slumber beds and the private balconies. It's not often that you get a chance to sneak peek into all of our luxury accommodations, from the veranda suites all the way to the most exclusive address at sea. Here are some of my favourite details. As you've seen, all of the communal spaces are rich in detail and replete with luxury. Now to head to the most important space, your suite. When you step into your sumptuous space, you'll instantly notice that every detail has been carefully designed and crafted. This is your home from home for the duration of your holiday and should, of course, be unrivaled in every single way. So let's take a look around at a few of the suite options here on board 7 Seas Splendor. Those suite types have distinctions. They have all been crafted with the utmost attention to detail, quality, and elegant design. We offer some of the largest balconies at sea, and our collection of sophisticated, all-inclusive suites will exceed even the highest of expectations. This is where lavish luxury becomes reality, ranging in size from 301 square feet to over 4,400 square feet. From our lead-in suites to the named suites, your bed will always be dressed, the towels will always be fresh, and your mini fridge will always be stocked with your favourite drinks. Soothing colours and rich textures enhance a spacious sitting area, with plenty of room to stretch out and watch a movie, read a bestseller, or simply enjoy ever-changing vistas that stretch to the horizon's edge. Your luxurious lounge area comes with furnishings as sumptuous as any found in a deluxe class hotel. You'll find a king-sized elite slumber bed with fresh Egyptian cotton sheets, a walk-in wardrobe with space for all of your outfits, and a media console with hundreds of movies to watch on demand. Bathrooms are adorned with the finest decor and best-in-class amenities. Marble accents to the bath or walk-in shower, or both, add to the sense of opulence, and many come with dual basins. Now let's take a look at some of the individual features that come with the different grades of suites. So this is a concierge category suite, and it comes with all of the luxuries and comforts that you might expect at home, as well as a few extra hidden surprises. So let me just show you a few of my favourite touches. And we'll start off in the marble appointed bathroom. So as you can see, it's marble appointed. There's a very large walk-in shower and a bathtub, double basins. This is a very spacious area and extremely luxurious. And next door is your walk-in wardrobe. So let me show you. And as always, with these walk-in wardrobes, you'll find they are very spacious indeed. Plenty of room for all of your clothes, lots of clothes hangers, and all of the wonderful luxuries you've come to expect with Regent. And then we have your living space with a separate seating area with the slumber beds in this category of suite actually facing the balcony. So you can sit back, relax, and simply watch the world go by. As you can see, your balconies are extremely spacious, and they are the perfect spot to sit back, relax, and enjoy the vast ocean views, the warm sun on your face, and a glass of champagne with a few canapes. So this is one of our named suites, the Splendor suite. Now the difference in our upper suites include more space, a larger balcony, and some variations on the amenities. Whichever suite you stay in, they all come with the same sumptuous level of best-in-class luxury, designed to provide the ultimate level of comfort so you can recharge every evening ready for another day of exploration. Our penthouse suites differ in sizes. All of the suites come with a European king-sized elite slumber bed, one marble and stone detailed bathroom, expansive living room, a private balcony, a walk-in wardrobe, as well as a dedicated butler. Nothing can elevate a travel experience quite like cuisine. Wonderful flavours and delightful scents can transfer you to a soul of a destination. And our expert chefs and sommeliers ensure that on each voyage, the essence of fine dining is nothing short of superb. The smells, textures and flavours that characterise different regions of the world cuisine are synonymous with our memories and experiences. Regent Seven Seas Cruises' Bernard Klotz is our culinary director in charge of ensuring that our range of restaurants offer the highest standard of haute cuisine and cater for all tastes and occasions.
It is really interesting what we have put together in each restaurant. We know Compass Rose, we all say it's our largest specialty restaurant because you really have the choice to create your own menu. We have a large selection of meat and seafood and fish, and you can choose which side dish or which sauce you would like to pair with your protein. And then we have also a daily selection available, which changes. And it's really, I think, the menu itself, it is the only one in the industry that is as big, but also as interesting and excited, where we have dishes featured from various countries where the ship is cruising. Then we have Pacific Rim. I think just the restaurant itself, it looks so beautiful. The architects did such a phenomenal job designing this place, and our marketing department, they designed the showplate, and I think it just fits into that environment. And then I think we created a lot of great dishes there as well. We had some very talented chefs that worked with us to create this kind of cuisine. Then we have Chartreuse, our French restaurant. I love the decor there. I love the place setting we have, the plates. They are beautiful, and the food itself, it's more a modern style of French cuisine, but still we keep the traditional cooking processes and also flavors. We might mix a little bit with modern styles of flavors, but it is a very, very great restaurant. Then we have our steakhouse, American steakhouse, Prime 7, where we are also, I think the decor is beautiful. I like the plates we have there. They are not a typical steakhouse plates. They are with a nice design, and also the dishes we have there, we really looked into what we serve there. I think there's not one meat missing in that steakhouse, and we have lobster, we have Dover sole, we have other great dishes that are available in that restaurant. Then we have Sette Mare. Sette Mare is only open for dinner, but again, I think we have there an antipasti buffet, and as you walk in, you get a nice bread basket, you get panzerotti, you get Parmesan chunks, or you get the mozzarella, and we have a beautiful bruschetta or the zucchini chips. So that's how you're greeted with a glass of Prosecco, and then you choose your pasta or main courses from the menu. And for the dessert, again, you can go either to the buffet, pick it up yourself, or the waiter will offer to prepare a sample for you.
The array of restaurants varies from ship to ship, but whichever you choose, the tastes, the flavours and the service are as good as any fine dining you'd find in any capital city. There is one difference, of course. All of your drinks, your food and your service are included. All of the ingredients are of the highest quality. The service is simply unparalleled, and it's the freedom to choose that you'll really appreciate. You're welcome to dine as a couple, with friends, or of course you can always dine at a larger table so you can mingle with the other guests. The choice is always yours, so don't worry if your plans change. You can be as spontaneous as you like. And you can dine at any time, al fresco, indoors, or in your suite. Never any crowds, never any supplements. Whatever your tastes, you'll find something wonderful. So what do you fancy tonight? The tangy spices of Asian fusion, the rich sauces and fine wines of French dining, or the exuberant big flavours of an American grill? Well, whatever your taste, it's all on the menu. And all of our restaurants have a wide range of choices for vegetarians and vegans too. And our expert chefs will happily cater for any dietary requirements, or just if you fancy something special. Our oceans connect and move us. They offer life, colour and beauty while providing passage to the great wonders of our world in a way unlike any other. From music, history and the culinary arts to wildlife and adventure. Amazing memories await you in every single destination, whatever your interests. Each year, we look to build on our exciting offering and add new destinations and unique experiences, and this year is no exception. We travel to 450 ports of call worldwide, including Alaska, South America, the Caribbean, Canada and New England, Northern Europe, the Mediterranean, Africa and Arabia, Asia, Australia and New Zealand, and the South Pacific. You'll notice the difference that a more intimate cruise can make when it comes to excursions. You'll find there's no need to rush and no queuing when the time comes to go ashore. Instead, we'll do everything that we can to help you get under the skin of a destination and its culture. Of course, the sensations that you experience will depend on where you're headed, but just imagine what you could soon be enjoying. Feel the warm, pristine white sands of the Caribbean under your feet. Smell the sweet spices at the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. Or get up close and personal with nature's most magnificent animals whilst kayaking in Alaska. Wherever you venture, your guide will make sure you enjoy an authentic experience. You'll meet the locals, see the wildlife, hear the music, get a glimpse of the history. You can choose from a range of specially designed tours, each carefully curated to help you immerse yourself in the destination, and always with a small group of like-minded people. From gourmet excursions, art lover tours, cycling trips, or even game drives. On every cruise, there are dozens of excursions to choose from. Perhaps there's a Venetian church that you've always wanted to visit, or maybe a full-bodied New Zealand red that you've always meant to try. You're welcome to book in advance, or of course you can wait until you're on board. Either way, there's a huge range of choice available, and they're all included. Allow us to be your guide as we continue to explore the world with our vast choice of unlimited shore excursions included in every single port of call. Travel provides context. As we venture around the world, it's fascinating to learn about people, cultures, and experiences. We don't just take you there, we help you immerse yourself in the moment and your surroundings. And that means unearthing hidden gems in well-trodden destinations. It means tailored culinary tours. It means ensuring that each and every trip is engaging and informative in an authentic way. From music, history, and the culinary arts to wildlife and adventure, there are amazing memories to be made in every destination, whatever your interest. Enjoy the best of a city from a local's perspective with our Go Local tours, or hone your palate with a chef-led excursion on a gourmet explorer tour, exclusive to Seven Seas Splendor and Seven Seas Explorer. Expand your mind and strengthen your body through a wellness tour, or peek into the history of a culture through its art. Our Behind the Design tours offer incredible insights into some of the world's most captivating and brilliant architectural feats. Alternatively, engage with local groups and businesses to learn how they are working to conserve and sustain their surrounding environment with our Eco-Connect tours. With Regent 7 Seas cruises, every voyage offers the opportunity to experience each destination anew. Our choice of included shore excursions guarantees some real adventures, and they are unlimited, so you can take up to 2 or even 3 a day. And with a maximum of only 30 guests on each tour, you're assured of an exclusive experience. No other cruise line, or indeed travel provider anywhere, offers such a varied and inclusive range of trips. From itineraries that are just 7 nights to a world cruise, we don't just take you there, we actually show you too. Remember, we provide unlimited included trips that delve deep into the heart of a destination and get an authentic flavour of local people and their lifestyles. Many itineraries also have overnight port stays, so you can go out and experience a destination by night. Or for longer stays in port, there are pre- and post-cruise land programmes. To give you a flavour of the kind of excursions you could soon be enjoying, I've picked out a few highlights from each region. And remember, these are all included. The Americas conjure up a myriad of enticing vivid images. Vast open pampa, towering Andean peaks, South America is full of iconic cultures, both ancient and modern. From the deepest jungle to the modern bustling cities, this region of the world is an intoxicating mix of old and new adventures. We offer some exhilarating excursions in Rio de Janeiro, such as drives through the historic neighbourhoods, a visit to Copacabana Beach, or a truly memorable pit stop at Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon, where you'll enjoy stunning views of Corcovado Mountain. You'll have all the time that you need to explore some of the continent's best-kept secrets, like Montevideo's Parliament Building, ranked by connoisseurs as one of the finest in the world. Or how about experiencing what life is like for a real Uruguayan family? We'll take you to a traditional estancia where you'll meet a ranching family and see how they care for their cattle in awe-inspiring landscapes, where the fields end abruptly in high cliffs above the Rio de la Plata. You'll enjoy a traditional barbecue around an open fire and perhaps even go horse riding too. In Chile, you could choose to come on an excursion to one of the country's most famous vineyards, seeing plenty of sights along the way. We'll drive through the permanent thick fog known as Camanchaca and past cattle ranches and fertile agricultural land. Then on arrival in the semi-arid landscape of the Andean foothills, we'll explore the vineyards, dive into the cellars and enjoy some of the finest, richest Chilean wine right at the source. Down under in Australia and New Zealand, the vivid colours strike you, from the bright red sands of the outback to the red and yellow corals of the Great Barrier Reef and the emerald lakes of New Zealand's geothermal wonders. Prepare to be dazzled with a kaleidoscope of vivid colours and memories. Let's start with New Zealand, where you can visit thrilling natural wonders like a cavern illuminated by glowworms at the Bay of Islands. In Wellington, you can get a rare behind-the-scenes look at the making of the Lord of the Rings film trilogy by visiting director Peter Jackson's special effects studio. A picturesque drive along sandy Oriental Bay towards Mount Victoria brings you to the wondrous Wellington Harbour views, and a stop to stroll the dense forest that served as the Outer Shire where Frodo and company began their epic journey. But the feature attraction of this journey is further ahead in Miramar, where a Lord of the Rings expert guide will lead you on an exclusive peek into the movie magic lurking inside the Weta Workshop and Weta Cave. In Australia, experience true indulgence on a tour that seeks out fine Epicurean delicacies produced around Burnie, including intensely flavoured cheeses, creamy chocolates and robust wines. In Cairns, ride a gondola over Australia's World Heritage listed tropical rainforest canopy and explore a delightful mountain village nestled in the heart of all that's green. In Darwin, travel through Australia's tropical top end to the Adelaide River, then embark on a cruise that brings you nearly face to jaws with jumping crocodiles. Say the word Caribbean and you conjure up the iconic white sand beaches, faded pastel-coloured houses, and beaming smiles from welcoming islanders. Across the chain of islands, it's the mix of music, the culture, and pure passion that really excites visitors and gives each destination its own distinct identity. Here we go beyond the expected traveller destinations and the tourist facade to give you a real, authentic experience. For example, if you'd like to taste an island's authentic flavours, why not choose a hands-on cooking class with a revered local chef in St Kitts, using locally sourced ingredients to create tantalising concoctions such as jerk pork loin coconut bread and desserts laced with rum. In Antigua, how about a champagne and lobster catamaran cruise for a dolphin's eye view of the islands? Or perhaps you fancy swimming with stingrays, some of the ocean's most sociable creatures. Or to get the adrenaline going, there's America's Cup racing in St Martin, even ziplining over a beach in Harvest Key. We make sure you have plenty of opportunity to dive in, quite literally. If you'd like to get a closer look at the dazzling array of fish and sea creatures just under the surface, we offer 2-tank scuba diving at no extra charge, of course. Or you can choose to take a kayak and snorkel adventure, perhaps to snorkel above a kaleidoscope of shimmering colours and awe-inspiring coral formations. Turtles, angelfish, perhaps even dolphins. Who knows what wonderful creatures you'll be able to swim with during your adventure. You can chase adventures of a lifetime across the mighty plains of Africa and the extraordinary landscapes of Arabia, the golden hour capital of the world. This vast continent displays such diversity, from nature's most magnificent beauty to man's record-breaking feats of engineering. Let's take a look at some of the excursions. Remember, this is all included as part of your cruise. Walvis Bay is a natural lagoon on the Namibian coast where thousands of migrating birds congregate every day. We offer a range of ways for you to experience the beauty of Walvis. From an immersion into local life in a township, birding tours for the bird enthusiasts among you, to off-road vehicles that take you deep into the Namib desert. In one of Africa's largest national parks, you can take a game drive through Ado Elephant Park, a spectacular nature reserve, and learn how the park's own biodome system supports the diverse wildlife living in the area. Or how about an excursion into the wetlands? Isomangaliso Wetland Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we let you get right out into the water with a 2-hour cruise on Lake St. Lucia, South Africa's largest estuarine lake. From pelicans to waders, from hippos to Nile crocodiles, you'll have the chance to spot some amazing wildlife and get right to the heart of a vast and vital natural habitat. One of the best ways to experience the sands of Arabia is by dune bashing in a 4x4, or through our excursions to Salalah in Amman. We'll take you to the Grand Mosque with its soaring minarets, as well as the Al Balid archaeological excavation, which is part of the Land of Frankincense UNESCO World Heritage Site. This takes you back to the ancient history of the Bedouin, and we'll be able to discover some of the secrets of the frankincense tree itself. The sheer scale of the landscape and the remoteness of the destination must be seen to be believed. Alaska is an escape from civilization into nature's untouched magnificence. Witness Mother Nature in her natural state, hear the sounds and admire the magnificent wildlife in this final frontier, a land barely touched by human interference. You'll be able to go on guided tours of some of the region's most exciting and attractive cities and towns, but you'll also be able to go way off the map to step in the footsteps of explorers, or to try your hand at gold panning, to experience the Native American life and talk to the people who live in this wilderness, to trek up a glacier, or to go on a whale quest. And at the end of your journey, our vast array of included excursions will have given you an incredible 360-degree picture of this unique American state. In Ketchikan, you could choose to come on a cruise of George Inlet, where you can get a boat's eye view of the magnificent Inside Passage. We'll travel on a 36-foot pontoon boat, cruising past some breathtaking scenery and the historical George Inlet Cannery. On our way, we'll see if the crab pots are full before stopping off at the George Inlet Lodge to feast on Dungeness crabs, a real northern delicacy. An awesome activity at Juneau is our whale watching and wildlife quest. We'll take a catamaran cruise into the pristine waters off Juneau, a favourite spot for humpback whales to feed on the water's surface to fatten themselves up for the winter migration south. Against a majestic backdrop of snow-capped peaks and glaciers, your naturalist guide will describe the habits of the wildlife you might see. You may even spot whales bubble net feeding. Other frequently spotted wildlife include orcas, Steller sea lions, Dall's porpoise and bald eagles. At Skagway, why not come with us on a journey along a narrow gauge railway, en route used during the Klondike Gold Rush. The White Pass Railway climbs high into the mountains for an immensely picturesque journey. Its route was blasted out of the rock in 1898, and as you travel, you'll see why this is known as the most scenic railway of the world. You'll climb 3,000 feet in just 20 miles, with one breathtaking view after another. This is an exhilarating ride on a railway that is recognised as an international historic civil engineering landmark, and we promise it's a journey you won't forget. The Mediterranean, by contrast, is steeped in the history and culture of human legacy. From the Romans to the Greeks, from Renaissance to Impressionist, classical to opera, the Mediterranean is an unparalleled portfolio of living museums to immerse yourself in and experience. At Piraeus, the gateway to Athens, you could experience the capital of the classical world. We offer plenty of included land excursions here, so how about venturing away from the Acropolis to something a bit more unusual? You could choose to visit iconic Delphi on Mount Parnassus to discover the Castalian Spring and view the wonderfully preserved stadium that once accommodated over 6,500 spectators. We'll make sure you enjoy some of the flavours of this ancient land too, with a traditional Greek lunch. For a short excursion at Ephesus, you could pair up with an expert guide to explore the 3rd century ruins. They'll show you parts of this UNESCO World Heritage Site that are off limits to most visitors, before taking you to a carefully chosen restaurant specialising in local fresh produce. In Mykonos, you could choose to take things easy with a half-day excursion at Elia Beach, a long stretch of pristine sand, and we could arrange some water sports equipment for you too, like water skiing or windsurfing. So if you'd like to expend some energy out of the crystal clear waters of the Mediterranean, this is your perfect opportunity. For an excursion while we're visiting Dubrovnik, you could opt for a trip on a catamaran, sailing along the gorgeous coast of the city's medieval quarter, taking in the historical attractions on the way to one of the premier beaches on the Lapad Peninsula. You could swim, sunbathe, or relax in the shade with a book and a relaxing drink. Or while at Monte Carlo, you could come with us to tour the pedestrian-only streets of Ease, a splendid medieval hamlet crowning a promontory where you could take in astonishing views from the 12th century castle. We'll also transport you to Monaco's venerated cathedral, Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier's final resting place, before watching the delightfully precise changing of the guard. You can revel in centuries of culture and dramatic landscapes in Northern Europe, from visiting the rugged wilds of Scotland to seeing the extraordinary phenomenon of the Northern Lights. In Kotka, a visit to the imperial fishing lodge that Tsar Alexander III built on the outskirts of the city is a must. It has been beautifully restored with many of the original furnishings and personal effects. The wooden lodge perches above a series of rapids, and you can almost picture the Tsar fishing there without a care in the world. Klaipėda is a city in Lithuania. It's situated at the mouth of the Curonian Lagoon, and here we can take you on some incredibly exciting included excursions, such as kayaking on the Minija River, where you'll admire the gorgeous scenery and discover what village life is really like. This stretch of the Minija is uncrowded as it is unspoiled, and at most you'll encounter a few anglers or fellow kayakers. Or you could choose to get to know something of Latvia's musical history with an excursion to a festival of songs. The recital takes place in the atmospheric Old Town, a beautiful backdrop to these amazing harmonies. Then we'll take you to Riga Cathedral, where you'll enjoy an exclusive recital played on the organ, which used to be the largest in the world. For a fast-paced excursion, how about a Rib Fjord adventure? When we call in at Olden, you'll be able to zip along the calm, glassy waters of Njord Fjord for a high-speed boat to enjoy some of the most majestic views in this part of the country, if not the world. Finally, Asia, a bustling continent replete with bright neon lights and centuries-old cultural tradition. And let's not forget the bountiful verdant isles of the South Pacific. Across the globe, there is no limit to the extraordinary range of experiences that we can offer you. Venture on a scuba diving quest, get a flavour of Bollywood in Mumbai, go shopping along Singapore's famous Orchard Road. However you want to experience Asia and the Pacific, you'll have so many opportunities to do so. Marvel at the stunning architecture of Tokyo's Asakusa Sensoji Temple. Lower yourself into the relaxing and invigorating hot springs at Beppu, and enjoy the all-encompassing tranquility of the gardens of Okinawa. From the astonishing rock formations of Taiwan to the beautiful citadel of Vietnam's Da Nang, where you can savour in the finest Vietnamese cuisine. From the jaw-dropping photo opportunities at the Singma Bridge in Hong Kong to Chinese shadow boxing in Shanghai. We make sure you experience some of the icons of Asian culture, while also taking you off the beaten track to discover some hidden gems, like Shimazu, where you'll be able to wander the grounds of a castle where the legendary Shogun warrior Ieyasu once lived, or Kaohsiung in Taiwan, where giant Buddhas stared down at you in the Fo Guangshan Monastery. Learn about the ancient martial art Tai Chi from a master and practice some moves yourselves on a tranquil Vietnamese beach. Explore a local creative hub in Taiwan and watch an electrifying drum performance from an award-winning percussion group. In the South Pacific, watch a graceful stingray ballet and encounter exquisite undersea beauty on a shallow water snorkeling safari in Bora Bora. Or travel to the rainforested Sabito River mountain valley to experience a Fijian natural thermal mud bath. Or hike to Sleeping Giant Waterfall, where you'll get the swim you've definitely earned. The world is an incredible, complicated, extraordinary place. There is no end to the experiences and memories that can be made travelling continents, experiencing new ways of life, and trying new cuisine. Travelling in luxury, you'll enjoy comfort as a springboard for exploration. With unlimited excursions included in your fare, the only limit to the number of memories you can create is your desire to see more. Considering your options is always an exciting part of planning any travel experience. Here are some of my top pick itineraries, journeys that got my heart beating a little faster at the thought. One of my highlights takes place in February 2024 on board Seven Seas Voyager. And this one is a Santiago to Buenos Aires sailing. It's 19 nights, and our guests will be able to enjoy the fjords as they sail around this southern cone. So there are some really lovely opportunities of scenic cruising of Antarctica included here, with a call in to Ushuaia before finishing the sailing in Montevideo. And we even include an overnight stay in Buenos Aires. But additionally, our guests can enjoy a free 3-night land program pre or post cruise, making this an incredible 22-night holiday. My second top pick has to be Japan, because it is so very popular. Now this one takes place on board the world's most luxurious ship, Seven Seas Explorer, and is a Tokyo round-trip sailing. The voyage takes place on the 20th of October 2023 for 11 nights. Now Japan is not so much an itinerary of destinations as a journey of emotions. From the awe of seeing Mount Fuji to the exhilaration of Tokyo at night, there's opportunities to see historic architecture such as the Golden Temple. And because we are sailing in October, everything will be set against a backdrop of beautiful autumn colours. The itinerary includes a call-in at Busan, South Korea's second largest city, known for its exceptional beaches and temple-dotted mountains, along with an overnight port stay in Kyoto. This is a cruise of constant fascination. And remember, you have a choice of unlimited free shore excursions to take advantage of, such as visiting Osaka Castle, the tallest in Japan, cable car rides to the summit of Mount Rokko with stunning views during the ascent, or visiting the world's largest statue of a Buddha in a World Heritage Site temple, or simply strolling through an urban park in Nara with more than 1,000 free roaming deer. And finally, taking place on the 23rd of May 2023, a 10-night round-trip UK sailing is my final top pick. This one enables our guests to seize a rare opportunity to set sail from Southampton on board our newest ship, Seven Seas Splendor. The voyage takes in the coastline of France and Spain, and you'll be spoilt for choice with some of the world's finest wines, including sampling the vineyards of Bordeaux during an overnight stay in the region's capital. You'll also call in at enchanting bays and French coastal villages, and in northern Spain, you'll experience the fragrant streets and gardens of the Basque region, before sleeping it all off in luxury and style as we sail back across the Channel to Southampton. So remember how I said that Regent is more than the sum of its parts? Well, just think back on all of the parts that come included with the experience. The fine dining, the drinks, the flights, service charges and gratuities, the valet laundry, Wi-Fi, even the shore excursions. Plus the unrivaled space on board in the restaurants and the lounges and suites. By making sure everything is included, it all adds up to bring you incredible value and, of course, an unrivaled experience. This is Regent Seven Seas Cruises. This is the ultimate in luxury cruising.